Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GM, even the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David, the Aquat that are listening, learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, one third, the hopeful elect of Israel. All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites who come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America. All right. We come in and week out to wake up the people on this sign. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who are now known as you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indian, and Speckled Bird. Okay? Which is a spiritual lesson in itself. Anyway. All right? Time is short. The spiritual journey of faith started last week at sundown of the Passover. Right? Yep. Oh, hello. What is it? That's my wife. What is it? Oh, okay, it's 10:44. Okay. All right. Praise. Anyway, yeah, the spiritual journey started. So the rest of our time on planet Earth, before we get evacuated, will be a spiritual journey. Okay? No more carnal. All right? Meaning that you must make yourself the elect. All right? And a word came to me the other day. Shalom, shalom, whoever's out there. Shalom. Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Kakadash Barakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Kakadash Barakatah. All right, who is that? There he is. Beloved. Shalom, beloved. Isaiah. Isaiah. I hope I'm saying that right. I've been working on it. The brother Isaiah from Idaho. Isaiah. Is that right? Isaiah. Isaiah. I've been working on it. Because I always get it mixed up. Shalom, Yahbashim, Ashabashim, Kakadash, Rakatah. All right. The word of the day. Okay. And I'm going to stick with it. Because last week at sundown, the spiritual journey became one, right? That we must ensure that we are of the elect. All right? Why? Because we got to get that spiritual power. Plain and simple. I get it right? That's close. Okay. All right. I'm going to at the beginning. I'm going to go in. I'm going to study it. I'm going to study it. I'm going to go in at the beginning of your lesson, and I'm going to study it. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right now. I'm on a quest. All right. So, and my Hebrew isn't the greatest. I'm working. I should be better by now. The word of the day is shoehorn. Okay? I, speaking, right? Speaking personally, all right, as a man, and as a hopeful, as one of the hopeful elect, I must shoehorn myself into the elect. Okay? This is my spiritual ambition to shoehorn myself into the elect. All right, we are of the hopeful elect. What must we do to shoehorn? All right, so first let's look up this word, shoehorn, right? All right, and if I'm a bit of an eccentric, then that's what it is. Whatever. Let's see. So I can bear with me. Oh, there we go. All right, so I did look it up. Dictionary says a shoehorn, a curved instrument used to ease one's heel into a shoe. So in this case, the shoe would be the elect, right? And the heel would be me. I'm a heel. You ever heard that in common folklore? He's a heel. He's a real heel. Anyway, a shoehorn. If you don't know what a damn shoehorn, remember Buster Brown used to go to Buster Brown shoes and they used to measure your foot, right? Remember they used to do that. Used to have a clerk who sat you down and they would go through the whole thing and make sure. They used to do that, right? Anyway, you go to Buster Brown. They had a little automatic thing. You put your foot in there and it measure it. Boom! We need $80 for a pair of $6 shoes. Anyway, the shoehorn. They always had that shoehorn there, right? Shoehorn is a thing of the past, probably. Nowadays, they make shoes that you could just slip right into them and go, hey, because niggas are lazy, right? So the shoehorn was probably the first step to laziness, right? Anyway, if you don't know what a shoehorn is, look it up. But that's the physical shoehorn. So when you can apply shoehorn in a sentence, here it is, a verb, forced into an inadequate place. Now, that's the opposite because the elect is the most place, period. Okay. Inadequate for you two-thirds. Forced into, right, the most desirable place. You must force yourself. And not, what must you do? You must adapt. You must trim. You must examine and then measure twice and cut once. You got to trim the fat. What must you do? Okay, wait. I didn't get the definition that I actually want. Let's look for it. Meaning of is a piece of metal or wood used in putting on a sheet. Okay. What does the metaphor shoehorn mean? To force something or someone into a small place, a short period of time, etc. Now that's better. All right. What small place? The elect. A small sanctuary. This is the shoehorn. To force something, that would be me, or someone, me, into a small place. The elect. How do we do that? What? Give me a precept of how we shoehorn. Look at the brother, right? Finally got a million. I don't even have to look shit up. We'll just start. Okay, I'm working on the name. Colossians 3:12. Woo! Woo! That's where I was going. That is exactly what that's all I know. All right, here we go. I don't have to do the water to the brother, and I'm gonna learn that brother's name. Colossians 3:12. There we go. Shoehorn. We must shoehorn ourselves into the elect. This is the spiritual goal from last. As soon as the sun went down and the seriousness started, after that, you have to spiritually shoehorn yourself into the elect. That's the focus. If you concentrate and focus on spiritually shoehorning yourself into the elect, that's the best you can do, right? With enormous faith, what is it? It's humble confidence. With all humble confidence, we must shoehorn ourselves into the elect, into the election. Colossians 3:12. If I could stop talking for a whole 5 seconds, I'm gonna get this out. Colossians 3:12. I gotta, if my wife is watching, I need a new sword, woman. 3:12. All right, this is the perfect shoehorn technique right here because it's in there. This is our focus right now. Because if you're doing this, if you do these things, I gotta get that. For if you do these, I don't even know what it says after that, but the Spirit just gave me it. For if you do these things, okay, here we are. Colossians 3:12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High. That's it. That's the shoehorn. That's the shoehorn. Okay? And the shoehorn don't stop. It's shoehorny horns all the way through. The horny horns must win, right? You got the trumpet, you got the shofar, and you got the shoehorn. Okay? You got to use your instruments, right? One of the main horns you got to use right now is the shoehorn your way into the elect. Okay? You got to be shrewd about that. You got to get your ass up in the morning, right? Right now I'm averaging 4:30, if not earlier. I'm getting up because you got the shoehorn. You got to start with the coffee. You got to have a morning, and the morning got to start real early before the sun comes up, because when the sun comes up, you got to be moving, right? Shoehorning is first of all a serious business, and it's an all-day affair until the missiles fly. There's nothing left. There's nothing left but a sprint to the fucking right. It's a sprint. It's a controlled sprint, if you will. Let me read the whole precept. Colossians 3 from the brother Isaiah. I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna say it wrong for the rest of the day. The brother Isaiah, Idaho. Okay. Colossians 3:12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bounty, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. So this is the rest of the journey. It's a spiritual fight. You're an inner warrior on the battlefield, and you're a pilgrim. All of these things, right? But this is the only way. Really, there's no room for anything else in your life. All your attention, right? If you focus all your attention on the shoehorn, right? Yeah, you still got to go to work. Yeah, you still got to shut your wife down when she, right, tries to cuckold you. You got to get ready to send that bitch packing. That's an after. That's for the 2/3 over here, right? Because there was a division last week. When the Passover came, it became, see, because that shit happened before the Passover, but by the time of the Passover, it was clear what was going on. It was clear. Anybody who defended that bullshit, you're on that road. It became clear. Whoever, I mean, what Johanna said, here it is, Mr. Booty, right? The whole subject and the what they call exposure had to do with what? Booty on the most foul and wicked and evil uh, frequency. Okay, now that same and sodomitish frequency is the same frequency that Johanna was pushing in 2011. Because that's where that recording, the recording of Johanna giving you permission to do it in the butt, right, goes back to 2011, because I'm the one that recorded it. I know exactly when it came out, right? And it came out before the elder apostle was approached by Polite and Sarnetta. It came out before that. I got the confirmation. Okay? Almost a year. Okay? So there's that. All right? And whatever they're accusing GMS of doing, first of all, that whole thing is made up. And it's a stumbling block that is as big as Israel is. And all we can do is sit back and watch it. All right? And anybody participating in that false witness, boy, you guys are all going to get taken down. It's happening. It started with Polite, who ain't even in the truth. That whole false witness thing, and you're all caught up in it, right? And you're not coming out of it. This is what I learned about false witness shit 14 years ago. Motherfuckers think it's all good. You don't, not even considering, right? Or that you got to go back and clean it. So I'm leaving that alone. I'm moving forward from it. Okay? Because I got to move forward. Anyway, look at what the brother put. He left me some gems there. I got all of that. Yep, that's what he put. Okay. So, yeah. That's the shoehorn. There's more, right? You got to put on ye therefore. All right? You go to Peter. This is 2 Peter 3 and 11. All right? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, here come the missiles. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What manner of person ought you to be? You ought to have a shoehorn in your focus and not being distracted by anything. Certainly not a woman that wants to dominate. Right? The first thing any grown-ass man of the truth would have did, as soon as that shit came out, check your woman on the GP. To get that bullshit right up out of the house. We're just going to check you just for the sake of checking. To let you know that ain't none of that. That spirit is going to be rammed the fuck up out of here. If there's an inkling, I have to look that fucking word up. Anyway. What do you mean to look for in haste? Okay. Well, it means you've examined yourself and you believe that for the most part you're ready. You're pushing for this thing to happen. You're not talking about it's 1,000 years away because you're into other things or other things are into you. It's just bad. Okay? We should be focused on what? A spiritual battle, meaning your fight is a spiritual one. How do you fight spiritually? Right? Do you even know? Going back to, you got to know what you're involved in, right? We talk about that all the time. Here's what you're involved in. He reminds you, got to go back. Here's what you're involved in. You're involved in being tortured right before you're put to death. It's that simple. You ready? Let's go. Here's your example. Got an example, right? Peter put the sword down. Go ahead. I'm ready for this torture right before I get put to death. That's what you're involved in. Let's cut to the chase. Some of us will be beheaded, right? Let's cut to the chase. It's mass death time. What's going on in Syria? Mass death. Motherfuckers getting put to death on a mass scale. All right? Who paid for that? Oh, Hillary and Barack. Right? And guess what else? They paid for it to come here. Right? Think they didn't? Same motherfuckers over there doing the beheading. You know, ISIS and them. Oh, ISIS will behead you. Yep, for the right price. Who's paying? Here's the question. Who's paying for the beheadings? You know, somebody's gonna do it. Put that hood, nigga, give me my money. It's a nasty business. Slocky, bear with me for a moment. Slocky. Shalom. Slocky. Shalom, yo. You ain't gonna make it through this thing without that spiritual power. You gotta know somebody, one of these men. Now is the time, right? You women, you better find you a man of the Lord. You better have a friend that, you know what I'm saying? Because the elder Mawatazak out in LA, the head of the LA camp, they showed the video of the killing. Syria, that's coming here. See, when a man of the Lord that you know is a man of the Lord, you could take my 5 views, right? And you could dismiss that, but when you got the head of LA, GMS, when he says something, okay, here's how you determine whether what he's saying is true or not. Well, the Most High is dealing with somebody on the earth. That would be the elder apostle Tahar. And this man, the elder Mawatazak, stood up in LA, right? The Spirit had him stand up in LA and make a camp, okay? And that was like 17, maybe 18 years ago. Right? And he's still out there in LA with a big ass camp right now, right? He's the leader. He ain't went nowhere. That's like in Chicago, you got Malcolm. I'm not even sure if he's the leader, but He's one of them ones that, you know, been there from the beginning, still there, still on point. So you have to determine whether the Most High is dealing with this man or not. And again, myself, you can dismiss me, but can you dismiss the elder from LA? So when he says the killing that's going on in Syria, right? And you got this motherfucker popping niggas on the back with a big ass bamboo branch and blood just popping out. And then on some of them, they crawling, he popping them on the back and kicking them and treating them like cattle or pigs, worse, putting cattle to death. And then camera pans and there's just dead bodies going all the way. And you see the reality of it, right? Now, what the prophet did, the elder from LA, he put it together with the precept. And that shit popped off the page. He said, this is what the prophet said. This is coming to LA. He didn't say it's coming to LA. He said it's coming to Babylon. Okay? Mass death. Motherfuckers killing and sparing none. The people that they were killing were calling themselves Christians. They must be learning how to drive. There must be a driving lesson. That's a good idea to come out here. Huh. Didn't think of it. Anyway, so, shalom, y'all. Our objective right now is to ensure that we're of the elect. Because you're not going to make it without that spiritual power. I mean, and you will. If you're of the elect, you're going to make it. Some of you will be beheaded, but the difference, okay, tarry ye in Jerusalem until what? We're at the tarry ye in Jerusalem part, right? Be patient and wait till I give you this spiritual power. That's the point we're at right now, right? Because shit's getting hot, man. It's getting hot out there, right? Esau is scared. The advantage we have over these people is that we know what's coming, right? Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 66:3. It's a lock-in. It's not even it. 33:6. It's a lock-in. Been a minute. Last week. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge. Okay. What knowledge? The knowledge of what's about to happen next. The knowledge that Babel or Donald Trump can threaten Iran all he wants to. See, some people think that means something. Do you know how far? Let's go get Iran. It goes back to bomb Iran, which is a play on Barbara Ann, which is a Beach Boys song that goes back to the mid-'60s, right? But at some point in maybe the early to mid-'80s, this demon of a POW, prisoner of war, this guy from Arizona, senator, John McCain. And in Vietnam, he was a POW. His plane got shot down. In Vietnam, his nickname was Songbird McCain. Because when they shot his plane down and then he became a POW, he was singing like a bird, like a minor bird, in the key of A minor. Okay? Songbird McCain gave up all. That's part of why Americans lost in Vietnam, because of Songbird McCain. Okay? And then when Songbird McCain, years and years and years and years later, was taking posing with pictures from Al Qaeda and all of the so-called terrorists, right? Check that out. Toward the end of his life, old Songbird, the traitor to America, if you will, what did Trump say about Songbird McCain? He said, I don't like soldiers that get captured. He was coming against it. You can't say that about America. He said, I don't like that guy. I don't like soldiers that he's coming against him hard, because he knew that McCain was a traitor. They know that Biden is a traitor. Do you know what a traitor is? During wartime, right? Well, Biden is a traitor to his own country. It's a bunch of them out there, right? The whole deep state, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, George Soros, right, are traitors. Soros is not even, he's probably got citizenship, but he's got, can't even say dual, he's got multi-citizenship wherever he goes. Let's finish this. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. There we go. If your fear is righteous, you're moving in a righteous direction. All right, women are going to get up under a man. See, the men of the Lord, here's what's happening to them right now. The Spirit is on them to move in the Spirit, to become these warriors, preparing themselves to receive that power from on high. That's, the Spirit is moving in that direction. I can tell you firsthand. Okay. Here's what the Spirit is saying. Hey, you got to get that spiritual power. Hey, you got to get that spirit. You ain't gonna make it without that spiritual power. What do you have? What 3 things that are left that you know are gonna prevent you from getting it? Right. You got to let not your sins weigh you down. Right. There are things that you, what does that mean? That means, nigga, demons are going to attack the fuck out of you, and if you don't win that battle, you don't get no spiritual power. So you better fucking start swinging spiritual haymakers. It's time for spiritual haymakers right now. The spiritual battle has started. You only got one battle. If you're fighting 2 battles, you lose. If you're fighting a carnal battle at any level, you lost, man. You don't fight no carnal battle. You give in. Here's how you win the spiritual battle. You lose the carnal one. What did Yahushua did? He lost the carnal one. How did he lose? Surrendered him. He didn't run. He didn't fight. Peter put the sword down. Put the sword down. Let these niggas apprehend me. Let them beat the shit out of me and torture me, and then they're going to kill me. I won. That's how you win the spiritual battle. You ain't ready. You're not ready for this fight. If you fight the physical fight, you lose. You're trying to win the battle, the fight. How do you? You have to lose the physical fight. You have to surrender. You have to take the punishment, which is the torture. Pulling your fingernails out. You got to go through it. Yahushua did. This is how you win the spiritual battle. It's not winning the fight. All right? You could kick somebody's ass physically and lose. is about winning. You can be put to death and win the spiritual battle. If you got the Most High's name locked in your forehead while you put your neck in old Coco Destroyer, Chanel number 5, the guillotine, you won the spiritual battle, man. That's it. Faith. Fear the Most High, not this nigga that can kill you. Can't kill your spirit. Bug you the fuck out, put you to work as a baboon. Look at Alazar. Baboon. Colorful booty. Booty up in the air. So, everything's spiritual. You know how all black everything. No, nigga. All spiritual everything. If you do all spiritual everything, the physical will follow. What does it mean to put the kingdom first? It means to walk in the spirit. You have to act as though you're a celestial being now. The celestial starts now. You have to walk like you got that power now with all humility and confidence. Did you hear that? You gotta walk like you already got it. How, when it comes, how are you gonna, it's gonna take you forever to adapt if you don't start now. You gotta start walking like, well, you gotta imagine like, well, what would it be like when I go, well, I have all these muscles, I'm gonna be standing up straight. Making no more of that, you know, all of this shit, this bullshit, this world shit. Nigga, you gonna, shoot. What does a fucking superhero fucking look like? You got niggas, right? Want to be niggas with spiritual power. No, niggas don't get spiritual power. Niggas get a 2/3 with their baboon booty colorful in the air. That's what charlatans who are not ready to lay down. You don't know how to win the spiritual battle. You're trying to be somebody in a world that's on fire. How stupid. And that's the Most High got your punk ass out here in the wind. Out here in the wind, looking bad. You must walk in the spirit. See if I can find you. Got to get that shoehorn out, man. Spiritual shoehorn. And you don't know. The nigga don't know what a shoehorn is. Galatians 5 and 16. Look me up there. Galatians 5 and 16. Galatians. This is the order of the day, man. Look at the camps. And when I say camps, I mean GMS. Look at the camps. What is the Spirit saying to the churches? What frequency should the elect be on? That should be your quest. What's the elect looking like? What are people moving as the elect? What are they looking like right now? Galatians 5:1. 5 and 16. Man. All right, so this is it. These are the instructions. See, and this is through the Spirit. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just, following the Spirit. I'm not resisting, right? And this is what we, people talk about that all the time. Now it's time to bring it together. If you're not, a lot of people know precepts. Oh, lining them up. You get this, you get that, you get that, and the nigga is not. A nigga's cheating on his taxes. A nigga is, cutting corners. You're still being a nigga, man. You're saying a whole lot. You're talking aloud and not doing anything that you're saying. All right? Galatians 5 and 16, I say this then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And it sounds so easy. Let's get there. Let's look at some different versions of that. Because a nigga don't understand. You say something, he'll repeat it, he'll recite it, and has no fucking clue what it means, and is very, very far from doing it. But he's the first one, knows exactly when to bring it up, first one to quote it, and is very far from doing anything close to. I see people like that. Can't do it. I say this to all right. So let's read how come it don't show me any of the ones that don't. It's all pretty much the same. I still want to see the NIV though. It's not showing me. There it is. Gratifying. Let's see. Okay, here it is. This is the NLT. Galatians 5 and 16 in the NLT. So I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives. There we go. Here it is. See, this makes it a lot more clear, and niggas need that sometimes. Right? So I say, then let the Holy Spirit guide your lives. Then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. That's it. Have to pull this up. This is what everything is out right now. After the Passover, see, Passover really ends tonight, the feast, right? Some will say, all right? How do you move forward from here? It's all spiritual. But I say, so I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives, then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. That's it. All right? And there's just no other way forward from here. And here's the thing. Okay, you're not in touch with your spirit. Right? Nobody is. Not in the way you need to be to make it strong. So between now and when Jacob's trouble officially kicks off, and I mean absolute all-out chaos, which is coming, you have that time to fully come into your spirit and nothing else. Okay? It's that time. Okay? And only you can make yourself do that. Only you can elevate your outlook, is the only thing. Elevate your ambition, right? You have to elevate your ambition to that of the spirit. Everybody's spiritual ambition is to get spiritual power, right? No, no, it's not. We just want to do righteousness. Yeah, of course we do. But if you say that, well, I'm not really focused on spiritual. I didn't say that. I said everybody wants it. And you say you do. Oh, I don't want spiritual power, Rock. I probably couldn't handle it. You're a liar. Anybody that gets spiritual power, sure you can handle it, right? The Most High is not going to put on you more than you can handle. Hey, there are rules to this thing, man. But here's the point, all right? Not all of the elect are going to get spiritual power, but all of the elect are going to be protected. Not all of the elect are going to make it onto a chariot alive. The point is this: if you're of the elect, you're going to make it one way or the other. Okay? What the fuck does alive mean anyway? Right? What does alive mean in hell? Alive is, nigga, when you're on your way up, you ain't alive yet. When you're on your way up to that chariot, you're alive. When you get put to death and your spirit leaves this body, you're alive then. Okay? And you'll be on that chariot. Alive. See? Alive doesn't mean carnal or, I didn't even say that right. Alive, shit. How can you be alive in your body? We put it like that. Who's alive in these chains of darkness? What does it mean to be of the elect? To make it, it means that a change is going to occur. A change is going to occur. Okay? Immortality. That's fucking everything. See, it's so much that people can't fathom. They can't, you know, digest. So why not? What's left of this world? What's left of this life? If you've done the things that I've done some shit, you know, in the world, right? That people, uh, you know, glorify, if you will. Really nothing. You know, tour in a band, shit like that, play, you know, travel, you know. And it's a fucking job, man. Entertaining. Another word for an entertainer is a fucking minstrel or what's this nigga's name? Dressed in motley. He's a joker, not a clown. What is he? What's that guy in the king's court? Is this the jester? Fuck. Who wants to do that? When you play well on an instrument, motherfucker, you're a slave. You got on the same black. Trust me, I know. That's where I work, in entertainment. I might be on the stage, but we're doing the same thing. We're serving, making somebody happy, and trying to put a smile on a motherfucker's face. And where it might look like my job might be more measurable than yours, it's not. It's all bullshit, right? No, you want to be sitting on that throne, right, with that crown. Motherfucker don't meet your standards. You're like this. And then it's off with his head. That's where you want to be sitting in that chair. You don't want to be out there, motherfucker, I'm the baddest. No, fuck that. You can play the harp, you know, after you done made love to your wife, nigga, and you just want to hear some music. But we ain't entertaining nobody. We're gonna be entertained. Shit, my wife is gonna know how to play. She gonna entertain me. And I might entertain her because I'm sure that I'll still be on the frequency of whatever perfect pitch means. You hear that? Go get a tuner. You put that pitch. That's an A440. That's an A440. Perfect. Salakia. Let me laugh at myself. Okay. Because I'm a clown and I'm a jester. Right? In the physical. But in the spirit, we're on them thrones. We're almost out of here, man. We got to render unto Caesar what Caesar's. We got 5 more days of entertainment. Right? In a Clark Kent suit and hat. Right before we're issued them tights. And I ain't wearing no tights, goddammit. Already got my outfit. Been working on it. I put in my Brightburn. Right? Big part of the movie Brightburn is him making his uniform, his outfit, his superhero outfit. Big part of that movie. Go back and watch Brightburn. Look at the time that he puts into creating his look, right? Your look has a great deal to do with your power. So these are things you think. I've been working on mine. We'll put it like that, right? With all humility and subjugation and faith. It's called humble confidence. With all humble confidence, we must secure our position in the elect. We must shoehorn ourselves into the elect. That's your mindset. A week ago, tonight, a week ago at sundown, my spirit is saying, nigga, you got to shoehorn yourself. Well, don't call yourself a nigga, Salakia. You hopeful elect, you got to shoehorn yourself right up into the elect. These are my thoughts. Oh, you got to stop. You know what? Shit don't mean nothing. The only thing that means anything right now is that I'm of the elect. That's the only thing that means anything. You see these wars and motherfuckers dying and I mean, what's happening in Syria? They're killing fucking Christians. Just willing. Oh, you're crap. That shit's going down. That's some holy war ass shit. What's going on in Gaza? They started the motherfucking genocide again, and people are. It slowed down, and now they're doing it again. So people are scrambling and moving again. The little protests and so the wheels are rolling again. All right, had a little lull in the action. That was for you to figure out, hey, take a breath, figure out what's going on, because when the shit starts up again, it might not stop. And then it's going to appear here on these streets. They're going to remove the Northern Army. These motherfucking Africans who hate you right here, can't wait to put a bullet in you, are going to be given the green light. They can put on the blue and white helmet and motherfucker be standing right in front of your door. Right in front of your door. Okay? With a big old stick making you crawl and popping you on the back of your head with it. And then, now you're laying bleeding out right there. Because that shit then came to Babylon the Great. Just like the The elder said it would. And motherfuckers think they got time out here and you don't. Okay? These things should have been handled already. How many more signs do you need that your time is up? The blood moon last week. You didn't get the memo? You didn't get the sign, huh? You're supposed to be thinking completely differently than last week. Your focus should be quite clear right now. You should know exactly what the fuck you gotta do to make it on to get your head clean, cut off, and you make it, or to get on a chair and make it. Those are your two options. All right? You need to start with the bad one. Get yourself ready to get your head cut off. That's the way in. Start with the bad one. Bad news first. Oh, that's a way to immortality and not have to be a nutsack Israelite. All I got to do is get my head chopped off. Well, that's going to... I'm sure that the Most High is going to make it painless if I man the fuck up. He's not going to torture me through that thing. I just got to be an example of courage. Take shit, nope. Take shit, nope. It's written in the Maccabees. We already know. Get yourself ready. We don't give a fuck about no Hellcat or no 5 homes and what I do after work. We're concerned with putting our head in the guillotine and getting this shit popping. Here's how you win the spiritual war. You put your head in the guillotine. You say, go ahead, get your torture on right before you put me to death, because I understand how this thing goes. That's what a real warrior. Yahweh was a real warrior. Why? Because he knew how to fight. He gave you the example. And you bitches, you really can't fight. There's a motherfucker out there that can whoop your ass. You know what his name is? Robot Dog. The robot dog, they can't fuck with the Hamas. They got them tunnels. They got Hamas is kicking ass in this. Send the robot dogs down there. What's your black ass gonna do with 5 robot dogs on you? With automatic weapons and beams. What the fuck are you gonna do when the robot dog comes? Robot dog don't stop. You don't take the robot dog out. They designed against them. There's nothing you got that's going to take down the robot. One robot dog, and there's 5 on you. Oh, I got a tunnel, nigga. We got a tunnel system. We got robot dogs, nigga. What the hell you think is about to go down right here? Anything you could think of, this devil done thought of it. Most High made sure that the devil was he sought out great inventions to put your black ass to death. When a nigga can run. When a nigga's scared, he can run. Yeah, but the robot dog, nigga, they got it designed for a nigga. They designed it to apprehend your black ass. And they're not going to fail. The Most High gave them that technology. Well, here's how a nigga thinks he can outrun it. Nigga, I done outrode a Doberman. Nigga, a Greyhound. A nigga will tell you a fantastic story. But guess what? We know who's going to win the war. The prophecies. The prophecies are going to win the war. Okay, the wild boars and the dragons of Arabia are going to win in the Middle East. They're going to get the upper hand. We already know. That's the wisdom and knowledge. We already know. That's the comforter. We already know. How, with all this information, motherfucker, are you doing the wrong thing? Got your booty, colorful booty in the air. It's time to get out of here. Big G's, not the little ones. Keep it what? Keep going till the missiles come. What? You know about the missiles? Yeah, you're going to keep being a fucking whatever you are until the missiles come and burn your black ass up. So I'll get bear with me for a minute. stay down to the missiles. Let's read that again. Colossians 5, Galatians 5 and 16. Let's read that again. Well, let's read it off of here again because it's just too good. All right, this is Galatians 5 and 16 in the NLT. So I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives. Then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. So, a distraction. This basically is saying, if the Spirit doesn't distract you, you're going to get caught up. You'll get caught up. Right? I see there's a whole bunch of driving lessons going on. Where's the precept? Oops. Wow, look at this. Oh, this is 17. The sinful nature wants you to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are opposite of what the sinful nature desires. Right? These two forces are constantly fighting each other, so you are not free to carry out your good intentions. Wow. That's huge. So they're fighting each other. The sinful nature wants you to do evil, which is the opposite of what the Spirit wants. The Spirit gives us desires that are opposite of what the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other, so you are not free to carry out your good intentions. Okay, so this is, it's a the whole thing is a test, right? And you're in the flesh. You're pretty much you're going to lose. But what you have to do is your best. Okay? You have to do your best. Right? And then the angels are doing what they do. They're recording and watching and evaluating. Right? And you're going to fail. You're going to win. You're going to fail. You're going to succeed. You're going to fail. And there's a balance to that. Right? So that when a precept like this, let not your sins bear you down, some paraphrasing, weigh you down. Let not your sins weigh you down. What does that mean? Well, motherfucker, you're not perfect. Be ye therefore perfect. Yeah, we are. We got 100% truth, but that don't mean you're not going to fall on your face. And when you do, right, get your ass up, right, and go through the protocol, There's a protocol in place. In other words, be a doer of the word and not just a hearer of the word, right? You're going to make mistakes. That's what forgiveness and grace is about. But if you're in there and you're sincere and angels give you a good report, right? That's the best you can do. And what is that called? It's called striving to be of the elect. It's called shoehorning. You got to get in there. See, it's one thing to just, to be lukewarm or to do the bare minimum. No, you got to fucking do everything. There's only this much time left in Esau's world before doomsday. And you got this much energy. And what are you doing to make it? You're doing the bare minimum. And hoping that it just falls in your lap. You're not ensuring. You're not doing everything to ensure. You're not taking it, right? Way past the limit and backing all the way up just before the finish. See, there's something called humility, right? There's something called respect. And if you don't have these things for yourself, first of all, you're doomed, right? When I speak, you know what? People don't like to listen to me, right? And I'm good with that. There's a couple of people that might. What it is as the older you get, right? Fuck the bull. I'm talking at a level, right? And I'm not talking in the truth or the spirit. I'm talking at a level of maturity, right? And you might miss that. You might say, well, you're not mature for your age or whatever. And what the fuck does that mean? You understand? What does that mean? It means a lot, right? But to whose specifications? Who makes the rules or sets the bar? Right? Well, the Most High does. Right? And here we are in between covenants, right? What do we have to do? Well, we have to be the best righteous person that we can be, right? And if we're being the best righteous person that we can be, guess what? You're going to fail in the world. You're going to walk away from half as much. So what does that say? Who's setting the bar? Who makes the rules? Who's giving out the awards for achievement, right? In the world. You got to be wicked to be winning over. So if you choose righteousness, guess what you're going to lose? It's going to appear that you're losing in the world. Until what? Until we find out where the real power is coming from. Which is right after the Passover. These miracles are going to start. Have they started already? To break down the scriptures correctly. Right? He that hath an ear. That's a miracle right there. Right? To push the word on the highways and byways is a miracle. So we're already experiencing miracles. It's just going to grow in intensity. In the middle of the Lord, we expect that. It's our reasonable expectation, right? Because we believe and we have faith. And these things have happened before. That's why these stories are still around. When they start happening again, it's going to have that same effect. The magnitude, right, of I don't even know the magnitude of importance. Right? The only word, right, that can be used to differentiate the power is God. When you use that word, motherfuckers get real squirrely. You say God, boy, it's on and crack. Right? But when we say God, we are saying it from the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We know the order. Okay? Not afraid to use the names and tell you exactly what it is. After that, you can go fuck yourself. Because order is being established. There's nothing nobody can do about it. And I see order. I see the elder apostles. I see the elder bishops. I see the elders in place for years now, right? And I see the end. That is order. That's the Most High setting us in order before their eyes. I see it clearly, and that's enough. That's enough to put my head down in humility and in faith and fight as hard as I can and do what the hell I'm told, right? To follow directions and heed instruction and do whatever is necessary to protect my family. That's pretty much, you know, what do I want out of the deal? I want to protect my family to the best of my ability. My wife and I are going to bring them all back in the kingdom, Lord willing. You know, we make it. But that's what I see, and I'm willing those things into reality. Right? Getting spiritual power, we got to will that thing. I mean, you might be of the elected. Guess what? You still got to. You got to will that thing into reality. I got another name for it. Shoehorn your way. Shoehorn yourself into the elect. That might be offensive. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Fuck you. I'm going to shoehorn my way into the elect. What does that mean? I'm going to do what is necessary, right, within the rule book. Right? I'm going to search the scriptures for the things that are necessary for me to be of the elect. I'm going to seek those things out. I'm going to focus on them, and I'm going to work really hard at perfecting them. And then I can go to lunch. Then I can go eat. Okay. You have to, this is okay, let me ask you this question. After the Passover, which ends tonight, how do you put first the kingdom from this point? How do you put first the kingdom? What does that mean now? What does that mean today? Put ye first the kingdom. What does that mean? In the wake of the Al-Azhar tragedy, they think they're putting first the kingdom. Yakal thinks he's putting first the kingdom. Part of that ilk, right? You got whole bug outs thinking they're putting first the kingdom. So after the Passover, ye men of GMS who are in the truth, right? How do you put first the kingdom? What does that mean? How do you qualify that? I'm telling you right now, here's how you do it. You got to shoehorn yourself into the elect. That might be the wrong group of words, and you might be offended, right? And if you are, you can go fuck yourself, because there's a demon on you that's preventing you from getting the essence of what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying anything different than what it says in the book, right? Put on therefore as the elect of Israel. I'm saying the same thing. Oh, but no, you not know. You're being blocked. See, it's a nigga sitting waiting like a fucking demon, acting like he's your friend. And his one ambition is to sit there and wait for the right moment to try to put you out the truth. Them niggas are right there. They're watching more so than ever. The Most High done dispatched a couple of them. Like he said, well, what do you think about my boy Job? Most High, I'm finna dispatch you. It dispatched Satan on you, right? We all know that the Passover is known as sifting season before and after. Well, who's doing the sifting, right? Who hath desired to sift you as wheat? I should know that by heart. Somebody put it on Hashatan. Hath. Satan hath. St. Luke 22 and 31. Luke 2 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Hashatan hath desired to have you that he may sift you as wheat. Who's doing the sifting? We all know a month before the Passover, what happened to Alizé? A month before the Passover, the Most High is like this. Come here, Satan. I'm finna dispatch you. Right? And then for 2 months after the Passover, it's still sifting season. Who's doing the sifting? Right? If the Most High has your number, guess what, Alazar? It might come up during sifting season. Let's read that again. St. Luke 22 and what? Simon, Simon. I lost it. Simon, Simon, 22 and 31. St. Luke 22 and 31, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. All right? So, here we are in sifting season. And here's how I strengthen my brother. Lord willing, I'm converted. Boy, it's been crazy. Anyway, how do I strengthen my brother? One word. Shoehorn. Into the elect. All right? And I could go on, and I talk a lot. But when the morsel comes out, right, hopefully you get the idea. And again, you know, Slovakia, if I'm coming across as, you know, old, I am old, and I might tell you, right? But some of us are old, you know, and that's good, right? To have made it right through 20s, 30s, 40s is a battle, right? And then to be a man of the Lord for more than 10 years as an old man is a battle. I can only imagine what the other apostles are going through, right? But I do know what it's like to be an old ass man in the tree, right? Boy, you kids, boy, thank God we only got months left, right? Because you motherfucker, I see how you're about to spiral out of control, right? If you didn't get that early training before the 80s, shit, you don't know what is about to befall you. You ain't got no training. You ain't got no training in Esau's hate, right? He gonna show you them teeth, and you are gonna be like, wow, right? One thing to talk about it, but boy, you come face to face with this motherfucking devil. So anyway, get the shoehorn out. You must ensure that you are of the elect to the best of your ability. That's all you've got. Between now and the missiles, you must ensure you're of the elect. Only focus. Do what is necessary to ensure you're of the elect. Shoehorn, right? You got to put all your eggs in one basket. Basket of the elect. It's time. It was never time to do that until now. If you don't understand this race, okay, the marathon, okay, we're at the end of the marathon and we see the tape. Now, who's going to make their break first? Everybody's watching each other to see who's going to break first, right? Because whoever breaks first, you get on his heel, right? This nigga that broke, get on his heel and you follow him. And then it's a race between whoever broke and whoever followed, right? Because what you got to do between the break and the tape, you got to be ready to pass the nigga. He broke you on his, right on his heels, and that at the appropriate time, you have to measure and time it perfectly that you're going to swoop this nigga right before the tape. And that's where we're at. Somebody broke, we're on his heel. How close to the end of the race we are. I'm trying to explain that. I'm probably doing a bad job. But we're real close. Real close to the end. You got to know when the all-out sprint, nigga, till death. That one sprint where you're going to die right after you hit the finish line. You gave it everything. You died at the finish line. You got to be thinking about that right now. Because we see the finish line. What is the finish line? The finish line is the war in the Middle East. You don't see that? You don't see Iran talk about, we got your threat, we know that you're coming, nigga, we can get you first. You don't see that? What happened? Iran got intelligence. Oh, you niggas are planning on, you got the date set. You're coming. Well, fuck. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get you before you get us. That's how fucking close we are. Where's the shit gonna end? In the Middle East. Where's the judgment? Where's the Most High's judgment gonna happen? Joel 3:2. I gotta read it here. This is how we know. First of all, the Most High told us, but a nigga needs to see something. So here, see this, nigga. Now I forgot where I was going with it. Salakia. Now listen, this is how we know how close we are. Iran intercepted news from America intelligence that says America and Israel are going to attack Iran. Okay? Iran found out about that. What is Iran going to do? They're going to attack first. This news is like 48 hours old. This is how close we are. Okay, till this. This is Joel 3 and 2 in the NLT. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. The valley of Jehoshaphat is in Israel, the land of Israel. The whole Middle East is what it's talking about, as in the greater Israel project. That's what they're fighting over. That's what the fight is about. The fight is about the greater Israel project, stealing the land that they call the greater Israel project. Really, it's our land that was given to us by the Most High that we're about to receive, but this devil is trying to do his thing. Anyway, Joel 3 and 2. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I will judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land. Those are the reasons for the war, for the judgment. Okay? What are the reasons? There I will judge them for harming my people, scattering my people, and dividing up my land. That's why we see the war over there. This is about his people. Here are the reasons why, and we see it happening. Okay? Where is it going to happen? In the Middle East. Who are the players? This is 2 Ezra 15 and 40. It's a lot. Second Ezra 15 and 28. So we're in the Middle East. Who's in the Middle East? iPhone storage is full, of course it is. Who's in the Middle East? The Carmanians, the Persians. The Arabs, the dragons. Okay? Second Ezra 15:28. Behold a horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. Okay? So those are the players, the Carmanians and the Arabs in the Middle East. We don't see that right now, of course. The Northern Army is going over there. Right? This is how close we are to the end, to the missiles. Okay? World War III. Second Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, and one people against another, and one realm against another. There's your World War III. We're here at that time. Okay. Does Iran have nuclear weapons? Well, I would say we're going to World War III in Iran with nukes. Says so in the book. And says who's going to win. So we already know. Knowledge and wisdom, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Right? If you're being a doer of the word and not just a hearer, what are you doing? You're putting on the elect, putting on as the elect. You got the shoehorn out, right? It's not about having the shoehorn out. It's about fucking using the shit out of it. Not being a hearer of the word, but using the shit out of your shoehorn right now. Why? You're going to need that spiritual power.
him neither.
Man, what's the big deal?
You the police?
Huh?
Are you police?
Are you a police?
Are you a police?
No.
Then what you over here for?
I come over here. I saw you over here. I said I didn't know what you was doing. I thought.
So it's your business to come and check me out and see what I'm doing?
No. No.
Huh? What brought you over here?
I just circled through here and I thought, and I saw you here.
A little bird told you to come and check on me, huh?
That's right. Say.
Okay. Well, you know what this is? Do you believe in God?
Huh?
Do you believe in God?
Do you?
I'm asking you.
Well,
You don't see me standing here with the Bible in my hand?
No, I didn't even.
So
see
you're over here to harass me.
No.
That's what it sounds like. I asked you a question, and you asked me a shitty question right back, didn't you?
What did you say?
I asked you, do you believe in God? And you said, do you?
No.
Remember that?
I didn't say no.
You didn't say no.
I
You
said,
asked
I
me a
don't
question.
know.
I asked you a question. You didn't answer me. You asked me a question right back. Let me know that you're shitty. So now what do you want to say?
You really do have problems, don't you?
No, you got the problem. You came over here.
Yeah, you got.
Go
serious
ahead.
problems.
You got any more
Okay,
questions?
I'm sorry I stopped. Thank you.
The old Edomite looking for sex. Crusty motherfucker is 80 years old. Anyway. Slovakia. Come up with authority asking me a fucking bunch of, see, I'm too old for this shit. You understand? I'm too old. And I probably should have not done that. And we're in the time where you have to be careful because Edomite, right, we're in the time where Edomite pull out a gun and start shooting. And you know what I'll do then? I'm gonna make them bullets drop. We're in that time too. Humble courage, humble confidence. See, an old cracker like that needs to be talked to like that. I gave him every chance to act cool, but he showed right away that he was attacking. I'm like, okay, well, attack me then. We're almost out of here. We got to be very wise, very smart, but we ain't scared shit. And if you play with the prophets, or you touch one of the prophets, we're in the time. It's not a good idea. All right. So anyway, you had to see that. We're going to get out the old-fashioned way, okay? We must be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, but another thing, man, you better have something up in there, and you better be able to use it. You can stand 5 feet away from a motherfucker and be missing all day. They that be with us are more than they that be with them. People don't understand the time that we're in. You got to be smart, assess the situation. The book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The book of Philippians 2, verse 12. It's a lot. Gonna fight, man. Every step of the way. Come on, Philip. Every step. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and close the camp before old man comes back with a shotgun, which I'm not afraid of. Nonetheless, be ye circumspect, all right? With that, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquat that are listen, learn, and be on a pillar of rest, 144,000, 1/3, hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom.